Anyone interested in football knows how much of a gargantuan club Barcelona is, and over the years, they have had some of the absolute best players in the world. I'm sure every footballer has dreamed of playing at Camp Nou at some point in their career. However, this doesn't mean that they haven't made some truly awful decisions when it comes to transfers and signings. Welcome back to another episode of Football Talk, the home of football. In today's video, we are going to go through our selection of Barcelona's top 10 worst transfers of all time. Before we get started, make sure to like the video if you want to see more videos like this and subscribe to Football Talk to be kept up to date with our hottest uploads. In no particular order, let's get into today's list. André Gomes. In 2016, Barcelona purchased André Gomes from Valencia for a hefty sum of 35 million euros, alongside some significant add-ons. At that time, Barca had a solid midfield, consisting of the likes of Ivan Rakitic, Sergio Busquets, and André Iniesta, making the feat of competing as a starter in that already established midfield nearly impossible for Gomes. He was voted the worst signing of the season by readers of Marca. In the final of the Copa del Rey, however, he replaced injured Javier Mascherano early into the first half of the match against Alaves, playing mostly as a right-back and providing the assist for Neymar, who netted the second in an eventual 3-1 triumph. Ousmane Dembele. Dembele's time at Barcelona has been riddled with nothing but injury problems, which in turn has made him play nowhere near his full potential. In 2017, after just recovering from the largest transfer fee in history, Barcelona was forced into paying a whopping 150 million euros to Dortmund as they were looking for a replacement for Neymar. The Frenchman was showing plenty of potential with former clubs BVB and Rennes. However, he never really amounted to anything great due to the previously mentioned injuries. Alongside the 105 million euro transfer fee, Barcelona was forced to fork out over 50 million euros in bonuses for Dembele too. Ouch. Dmytro Chigrinsky. The signing of Dmytro Chigrinsky was a strange move for Barcelona back in 2009, with a fee of 25 million euros from Shakhtar. Even stranger, he was sold back to Shakhtar only a year later at a 10 million euro loss. Well, maybe 10 million euros is just pocket change to a club like Barcelona. In the 2009 season, Pep Guardiola was on fire as manager and managed to get Barca on the road to being the best club in the world. But he often made very questionable decisions in the transfer market too. Chigrinsky simply couldn't get used to Pep's unique football style in his position and looked very uncomfortable and awkward playing in this style. Alexander Hebb. As was the case for many players on today's list, Hebb joined Barcelona at a time where there was just too many excellent players on the team for them to be able to compete. In 2008, Barca already has the likes of Lionel Messi, Samuel Eto'o, Xavi, Sergio Busquets, Thierry Henry, and André Iniesta. What a lineup, huh? Because of this, unfortunate Hebb only had a mere 5 starts before March in La Liga. The club paid 17 million euros for Alexander Hebb from Arsenal and soon wanted to leave on loan to Bayern Munich. However, he settled for a transfer back to his other previous club, Stuttgart, on loan until 2012 for his contract to be mutually terminated. Malcolm. Malcolm was a young Brazilian that was absolutely fantastic playing for Bordeaux in Ligue 1 in 2018. His impressive long-range shooting rightfully caught the eye of many people in the football world. However, playing for Bordeaux and Barcelona are two completely different things entirely. It was apparent that Malcolm had stepped up to play for the best in the world a little too quickly. Even though he was a very promising player, Barcelona paid an impressive 41 million euros for Malcolm, which I'm sure his previous club was thrilled with. But, as is the case yet again, he could not compete with the level that Barcelona demands of its players. Miralem Pjanic. This player raised many eyebrows in the football community, and rightfully so. Pjanic was a 30-year-old midfielder, and his performances on the pitch were declining rapidly in his previous seasons with Juventus. Barcelona paid a massive €60 million to Juventus for Pjanic in 2020 and another €5 million in bonuses on top of that. Even stranger, later they decided to sell Pjanic for an even bigger price of €72 million to Juventus, plus €10 million in bonuses too. However, people quickly realized that this was a move by both teams that were struggling financially to make gains and balance the books in their favor. Antoine Griezmann. Many people felt sorry for Griezmann from the start. No doubt he is a skilled, short left-footed striker, but then again, so is Lionel Messi, and having to compete with the likes of him is going to be near impossible for any striker in the world. Barca paid an astonishing €120 million for Griezmann from Atletico Madrid in 2019, and then went on to sell him at a massive loss for the club earlier this year. In his 2 years playing for the Catalan Giants, he only scored a very mediocre 21 league goals, plus 4 Champions League strikes. He also didn't manage to win the Champions League or La Liga in his time there. We've got to say, rather disappointing for €120 million. Nelson Semedo. In 2017, Barca paid €30.5 million for Semedo to Benfica as they were looking to replace their right-back at the time. As with many other players, Semedo really struggled to get to grips with Barcelona's playing style, plus wasn't the greatest defender, making this purchase yet another poor investment. In the 2019 Champions League match against Bayern Munich, Nelson was absolutely ripped apart by Alphonso Davies in a devastating 8-2 loss. However, I don't know how, but Barca managed to claw back their money for Semedo in 2020 when Wolves signed him over to play in the Premier League with them. Phew. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. There is no denying that Ibra is a world-class player, and even his statistics in his time at Barcelona wasn't too shabby at all. He scored 21 goals in 45 games and went on to win La Liga plus 5 trophies in just a year. But it wasn't his performances that ended up with him on this list. It was no secret that Ibrahimovic and Pep Guardiola did not get along at all, and this meant he lost his place in Barca's starting lineup as Lionel Messi was converted into a false 9. Financially, this was a disaster for Barcelona. They parted ways with world-class player Samuel Eto'o plus €68 million for Zlatan in 2009. After just a season at Barcelona, he returned back to his former club Inter Milan for a severely reduced price of only €24 million. Ouch! Felipe Coutinho. Coutinho was brought in to replace Dembele, who was previously mentioned on this list. Again, Barcelona thought they could solve the problem by throwing massive amounts of money at signing another player. Coutinho was brought from Liverpool in 2018 for an astronomical fee of €121 million, plus bonuses, of course. Disappointingly, he failed to make any kind of impact on the team. Also, he was known to regularly take up the same positions as Messi, which, if you have any sense, you should know is a big no-no. Coutinho returned back to Liverpool after failing to settle in at Bayern Munich on loan. Many people say Coutinho's flop at Barcelona went on to be one of the main driving factors of Liverpool winning the Champions League. We would agree. That brings us to the end of today's video all about Barcelona's top 10 worst transfers of all time. Which of the players on our list do you think was the absolute worst transfer for Barcelona? Maybe you guys know of some other players we didn't include on our list. Get involved and let us know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this upload, remember to leave a thumbs up on the video. Also, subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of our latest content. If any of your family or friends would enjoy watching this one, remember to tag them and share the video with them too. As always, thanks for watching. See you again soon in another episode.